Title: The 12,000-year-old message we almost threw away, what the Shigir idol reveals. Description: hidden in a Russian peat bog for millennia, a wooden statue carved with 7 haunting faces holds the oldest known code in human history, and scientists are only now beginning to crack it. Discover why this shattered piece of ancient art is rewriting everything we thought we knew about the dawn of civilization. Tags: Shigir idol, ancient mysteries, lost civilization, archaeology, oldest wooden statue, Siberian discovery, ancient code, prehistoric art. Script: in 1890, a group of gold miners in a remote Siberian peat bog were digging for treasure when their shovels hit something strange. They pulled out pieces of what looked like a broken plank. It was covered in carvings, mysterious lines, zigzags, and what appeared to be human faces. The miners, unimpressed, tossed the pieces aside. Some were used as firewood. What they almost burned, what they nearly destroyed without ever understanding, was the oldest wooden statue in the world, a 12,500-year-old message from a time we thought was too primitive to have any message at all. Think about that number for a second. 12,500 years ago. That's before the invention of writing, before the pyramids, before Stonehenge. In fact, it's older than the invention of agriculture itself. Hunters and gatherers in the Urals, a region in western Siberia, didn't just survive. They created something that would challenge every assumption we hold about early human consciousness. And they did it on a piece of larch wood, 5 meters tall, now known as the Shigir idol. So, what exactly are we looking at? The idol, as it stands today in the Sverdlovsk Regional Museum in Yekaterinburg, is a towering wooden plank, about 2.8 meters tall. Originally, it would have stood at 5.3 meters, almost as tall as a 2-story building. On its surface are carved 7 faces, stacked one on top of another. Some are realistic, with distinct expressions. Others are more abstract, almost skeletal. And running across the entire surface are thousands of tiny lines, geometric patterns, zigzag motifs, and what experts call ornamented fields. For over a century, nobody knew what these symbols meant. Most just assumed they were decorative. But here's where it gets truly fascinating and honestly, a little unsettling. In 2018, an international team of scientists from Germany and Russia decided to redate the idol using modern accelerator mass spectrometry, a technique far more precise than the methods available in the 1990s. The results shocked them. The wood was from a larch tree that had been felled approximately 12,500 years ago, during the end of the last ice age. That officially makes the Shigir idol 3 times older than the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is older than the earliest known cave paintings in Europe, and it came from a culture that, according to our textbooks, should have been wandering around in small bands just trying to survive. What were these people thinking? What were they trying to communicate? The lead researcher on the project, Professor Mikhail Zhilin from the Russian Academy of Sciences, had a theory. He and his team began to analyze the patterns on the idol not as art, but as a text, a code, and what they found is nothing short of revolutionary. The patterns, they believe, represent a 3-tiered view of the world. The top of the idol, where the faces are most detailed and human-like, corresponds to the celestial or divine realm. The middle section, with its more abstract and geometric patterns, represents the earthly world. And the bottom, where the carvings become more chaotic, even monstrous, depicts the underworld. In other words, the Shigir idol might be the world's first cosmological map, a physical representation of how ancient Siberians understood the structure of the universe. But it gets even more specific. Some researchers have pointed out that the zigzag lines running down the idol's body look remarkably similar to the symbols used in early written languages across the world, from the Sahara to China. There are horizontal lines that could represent the horizon, vertical lines that could be trees or rays of light, and the faces themselves, each one seems to have a distinct personality. One face is wide-eyed and fearful, another is calm, almost serene, a third appears to be screaming. Could this be a narrative? A story, perhaps, of a journey from life through death and into another world? Imagine standing in that peat bog 12,500 years ago, The world is just emerging from thousands of years of ice. The climate is warming, forests are spreading across Siberia, mammoths still roam, and a community of hunter-gatherers gathers around a massive larch tree. They don't just cut it down, they choose it. They see something sacred in it. For perhaps months, they carve. They don't use metal tools, they use stone knives, antlers, fire-hardened sticks. Every line is deliberate, every face is intentional, and when it's done, they don't just leave it standing in their village, they place it specifically in the bog. Why? Bogs, in many ancient cultures, were considered portals to the spirit world. Organic matter doesn't decay in peat bogs, it's perfectly preserved. Perhaps the idol wasn't just a statue, it was an offering, a permanent message to the gods. For years, the scientific community debated whether hunter-gatherers could create such complex symbolic art. The conventional view was that only settled agricultural societies had the time, organization, and cognitive capacity to produce large-scale monuments and intricate iconography. But the Shigir idol shatters that assumption completely. These were not simple people. They had a sophisticated understanding of geometry, symmetry, and narrative. They had a cosmology. They had a belief system strong enough to inspire a multi-year, community-wide project. They were, in every sense of the word, modern humans. There is one more detail that haunts me. When the miners first dug up the idol, they found it in several pieces. The bottom section